Immaculate, the new horror movie out on the big screen. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the newest horror movie, Immaculate, starring this little actress that you might know about. You know, someone that's, just coming through. Sydney Sweeney, of course. She is the star of this movie, and the trailers were very intriguing. I just find it kind of ironic that this movie is coming out at the same time, like within the space of weeks of the first Omen. Because they're very similar, but very different in different ways. But the premise of this movie is basically about a woman who comes from the States to Italy to become a nun. And then she finds out that what's happening is not exactly what she thought was going to be the case. So it's a story. Look, it's a story that we've been told multiple times. I've seen this story before, and I wasn't surprised by the twist. The only thing that got me about the twist, this was the only surprising thing about the twist, was how they did the twist and what they're talking about. I thought that was a new, unique take on this storyline. Because, like, let's be real. We've all seen the storyline of a woman gets pregnant and no one knows why. We've seen that storyline. We've seen that in a horror movie so many times. I mean, we've got the Omen movies. We've got so many movies like this. But this one, they actually put in a little spin on it. And I don't want to reveal what the spin is, what the twist is. I want you guys to figure it out if you go and see it. So we have this twist that I thought, okay, that's a unique, different way that I would have thought. And it was pretty gross. Not gonna lie, it was pretty gross. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, when he's revealing his big master plan to her, some of the stuff that you see is pretty gross. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. This movie is very graphic as well. There's one scene involving a tongue. And I tell you, I don't know what it is. This is why I love horror movies, is because they give you this unique experience when you watch them. You know, I love the feeling of anxiety, of dread, of being on the edge of my seat, being scared shitless. I love that in horror movies because I can experience that while watching it without actually having to experience it in real life and be in danger. Then I also love the gore element, where you're like, oh, that's freaking gross, man. And you're like on the verge of throwing up. This movie has a scene with the tongue where I felt the pain. I felt it. And I was like, that is brutal. Then there's another graphical scene when you see it in the trailer where the chick falls off the building. You see the face, man. And I tell you, oof, the practical effects. Well done. Well done. Well done. Whoever did the effects for that, well done. Oh my word. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay then. Okay. That's pretty messed up. And then there's another thing that there's multiple scenes where you see messed up stuff like that happen in this movie. So don't shy away from that. There is another scene in here as well that was, when I'm talking brutality, I'm talking really brutal. Really, really brutal. It's foreshadowed in the movie as well, and I didn't really take much notice of it. I was just kind of like, okay, that's a bit weird. But then when it happened, I was like, oh, now I get the connection and what's going on. So I like that, how they brought that back in. They give you this little tease and then bring it back. So there's a lot of gore in here. So if you're looking for gore, you're going to get that. Now, it doesn't rely on jump scares, but what it does quite well is it makes you think there's going to be a jump scare, but then nothing comes. So it kind of gives you that element of surprise aspect where you're like, okay, it's coming right now, but nothing actually comes. There's a few scenes where there are jump scares, but overall it doesn't fully rely on that. This is very much a horror mystery. That's what I felt like it was, because I'm going on this mystery trying to figure out what is going on in this, with all these nuns and everything in this church. Like, what is actually the deal with this? So you're on this self-discovery process with this character of trying to figure out what her purpose is and why this is all happening and what's going on. What is the actual thing? So that was all great. Like, that I was really invested in. I'm trying to figure shit out. And I'm like, what is going on there? Is this a cult? Is this actually a church? Is she in the wrong? Are they in the wrong? What's going on here? So I like that. I like the mystery element, and then throwing in the little horror bits. There's this one scene though with one of the nuns that you'll meet in here who's just a psychopath. Bruh, the actress, I don't know her name, but the actress of that particular character, when she tells her that you're never getting out, bro, the facial expression on her, I thought she was talking to me. I thought she was talking to, dude, the eyes, the facial expression pierced me. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to fuck with her. I don't want to fuck with that. That's creepy as fuck, man. So, love that. Just great. Sydney was fantastic. You see her in the rom-com that just came out with Glenn Powell. And then you see her in here, and she was brilliant, man. She really brought it, and I really enjoyed her performance a lot. And I thought she did a fantastic job, especially towards the end of the film, man. Towards the end of the film, you actually see her acting chops and how good she really is. And she was superb. Really, really superb. I do have some issues. I think pacing-wise, there was a couple of issues. Unutilized characters. I mean, there's a relationship that they start to build in the movie, and it kind of just ends really, really quickly, and you don't really dive into any more of it, and that character just goes away. So I wish, that element could have been better. I think they could have added a bit more of the horror elements and really made it a bit more on the edge of your seat, because I wasn't quite on the edge of my seat. I think I was more grossed out than anything by some things. Also, the ending, look, I'm going to be real. I wanted to see. And that's all I'm going to say on that. I wanted to see. And you guys will probably know what I mean by that if you guys have seen the movie. I wanted to see something. So, but we didn't end up getting to see that. The start, I thought, was really, really solid, man. The freaking opening sequences of this film is brutal. Oh, and it has one of the worst nightmares you could ever experience as well. But visually, great. Really, really enjoyed it visually. Music was great. Overall, I think, look, it's a story we've seen before, but it has a little unique twist on here that it takes that story we've seen, turns a unique twist on it, and delivers a decent film. It's a decent film. It's a decent time. Look, it's not like, it's more of a horror mystery and more gory than actually scary. So, but that's just my personal experience. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. What did you guys all think of this movie? Did you love it? Did you not? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.